we wanted to test the Samsung S7 Edge for its steamy resistance. We are in a 1932 engine, steam engine that is.
Placed amongst this most romantic of backdrops, the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge looks as locomotive as it does scientific. Dust, steam and grip proof with a Super Touch 5.5-inch dual-edge curved Super AMOLED display. This handset is effortless, it's polished and robust. The uninterrupted front and back Corning Gorilla Glass 4 lies juxtaposed to the platinum-coloured brushed metal frame, culminating in this most superb-looking unibody handset. This device is all about exquisite contours. It's not shy, it feels distinctive and craftsmanlike to the touch. The curves entice you to explore, endlessly. It is steam engine heavy though at a considerable 157 grams, so it's not ideal to run with. The waterproofing is IP68 tested. You can submerge it in water up to 1.5 meters for an immersive 30 minutes. The volume rockers and power buttons are on the sides, the SIM tray is located at the top. USB and audio jack are located at the bottom, and these are also waterproof. The Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge is beautiful, it's practical and futuristic. It is a near perfect example of form and function.
Yeah, get it, Paul.
The 5.5-inch Super AMOLED panel technology appears to trump reality. The resolution is a triumphant 2560 by 1440 pixels, QHD, with a density of 534 ppi. The color dynamics are rich, sharp and delectable, eye-popping. It's all fully protected by the famous Corning Gorilla Glass 4. You can drop it and it won't smash, or even scratch. The edge swiping is responsive with an assertive dry hand. The basic display mode has the best color accuracy with other settings available that make application colors almost pop out, offering visually gratifying textures. It's simply blinding. The rear 12-megapixel camera, with a 4:3 aspect ratio, face detection autofocus, optical image stabilization, LED flash, uses brand new hardware, and image capture as a result is nothing short of stunning. It has an improved half-inch 0.6 sensor offering 1.4 UM pixels, and the largest and brightest aperture available on a phone yet at f1.7. Basically, this camera has been designed to capture as much light as possible, making the S7 ideal for low light use, and this was wonderfully demonstrated as we moved in and out of tunnels. Images were detailed and surprisingly bright. It has a single LED flash, but all the improvements mean you'll rarely use it. The autofocus and zoom is super fast and accurate. It's instant. The optical image stabilization smooths things out. We were traveling at a decent pelt when zooming in on this lone man in the field, for example. It is the fastest gun in the West. The fast loading camera app and Pro mode lets you express your artistry quickly. White balance, exposure, shutter speed, ISO control, all at your fingertips. There is an array of filters and settings to satisfy all types of photographer. Slow motion, hyperlapse, panorama, selective focus, video collage, live broadcast, virtual shot, it's universal. Motion photo records a 3-second video before you click. This is playable only on the phone. There are plenty more goodies for you to download online. The HDR mode is fantastic and otherworldly, but the camera is so good you may not need it. There are few artifacts, the noise is low, the sharpness and white balance are absolutely perfect. The 5-megapixel front camera also uses an f1.7 aperture and offers live HDR and filters. You can beautify your selfie to fanciful levels and capture a large group with the 120-degree wide selfie mode. You can also take super quick shots by tapping your finger on the rear fingerprint scanner, perfect for pre-party snaps. The S7 Edge captures 4K video, that's 2160p at 30 fps. Other options include 1080p at 60 fps, 1080p at 30 fps, 1440p at 30 fps, and 720p at 240 fps. 4K video is recorded at a bitrate of 48 megabits per second. 1080 video at 60 frames per second is recorded at 28 bits per second. 1080p video at 60 frames per second is recorded at 28 megabits per second. Other sizes it records at 17 megabits per second. The audio is recorded in stereo at 256 kilobits per second. The color reproduction is detailed, smooth, and excellent. This camera, accentuated by the screen, provides rich, bold, and memorable imagery. Full stop. It feels creatively intelligent. It's a joy to use. This is the best camera we've used on a smartphone by far. If it wasn't for the continued pain of transferring data from the Samsung to a Mac, I'd tie my iPhone 6S to the tracks and walk away, S7 in hand. Our UK model is powered by an Exynos 8890 chipset. It's Octa-Core featuring 4 Mongoose high-performance 2.6 GHz cores. 2 of these are capped at 2.3 GHz to prevent overheating, and this combination is Samsung's most advanced silicon technology. The other 4 cores are the usual Cortex-A53s running at 1.6 GHz. The GPU is the most powerful ARM Mali to date. It's got 12 processing cores. The S7 Edge runs on Android version 6 Marshmallow, and there are 4 GB of LPDDR4 RAM. Half a gig is available to the GPU, while the other 3.5 gig are handled by the OS. The performance on this phone is like a hot knife through butter. It's as smooth as. Geekbench test scores for multi-core use absolutely smash every other phone tested, leaving other contenders like the iPhone 6S or Sony Z5 over 2,000 points behind. There is a micro SD card slot which you can stoke with up to 200 gigabytes. The S7 Edge comes in 32 or 64 gigabyte versions. Equipped with Samsung's game launcher, the S7 Edge groups all your games into one location, offering 2 power-saving modes, Save Power and Save Maximum Power. The first caps frame rates at 30 frames per second and lowers the resolution. The maximum setting just lowers the resolution further whilst capping the game at 30 FPS. You can disable alerts during gameplay. There is a Game Tools key which floats on the screen. You can position this to your liking. This allows you to access actions such as No Alerts, Lock Recent, which basically disables the capacitive buttons, which is useful, back keys, minimize game, take screenshot and record. Recording the gameplay is a great feature, and it even allows you to choose game audio capture or phone environment capture. This means you can choose to record your commentary or in-game play. The S7 Edge also allows you to embed a watermark into your video. You can choose a static picture or use the front camera to video yourself. Perfect for those gaming YouTubers. There are 3 key Edge features on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. These are Edge panels, Edge feeds, and Edge lightning. The Edge panel setting is easy to access unless slightly greasy or sweaty palm. The panels are limited to particular groups. One provides shortcuts, another contacts, and other tasks. There are many to download, and you can arrange these as you wish. To us, it would make more sense to have just one Edge panel that you could put any application or shortcut into. Much simpler. But if you like lots of swiping, go for it. These are fun and groovy looking. There is a full range of transparency settings for the shortcuts, and they're extremely easy to set up and delete. But again, a little bit of overkill maybe. Edge Lightning is far more simple and is a nice touch if you like that kind of thing. Simply turning the device down face up lights up the Edge for certain notifications, messages, emails, calls, etc. This one we liked. Finally, we have Edge Feeds. This feature gives simple notifications, news, etc. when in standby mode or idle. Touching the corner of the screen and swiping to the middle allows you to check if you have any notifications, or they'll just show up as and when. This is nice to have and maybe goes part of the way to stop constant checking on your handset throughout the day. Always on option. Your screen is set to be on 24/7, which I found particularly distracting as the image moves around every few seconds to prevent burning in or ghosting. It's easy to customize though by a quick visit to settings and display. On the upside, if you can find your zen amidst the flashing handset, there are around 6 versions to choose from. A couple of these designs I found elegant and rather swish. Samsung Health is here, the heart rate monitor and step counter, all that. However, as mentioned earlier, this is a rather heavy device and not one I would recommend for running or sports. Wireless charging is obviously a big one and super fast. It's QI and PMA compatible, more of that in the battery section. With Samsung advertising the S7 Edge having 18 hours of video playback time, this battery has more than all their other models. It packs a whopping 3,600 milliamps of power, bigger even than that of the S7 at 3,000 milliamps. Statistics are favourable at an endurance rating of 98 hours for the S7 Edge on a single charge. Activating the always-on display reduces this figure to about 67 hours. Super quick charge with standard Quick Charge 2.0 means the phone will charge 100% in 100 minutes, and the S7 Edge will keep going unless you hammer it. Yes, the battery is not accessible, but we doubt there will be many occasions when you're that long between power points. The remote wireless charging is compliant with both QI and PMA, and Samsung also offer their own fast wireless charging pad, which we suggest you purchase if that's your thing. It's nearly as fast as charging with cable. This is a summit device, and it's a luxury item. Does it have the go-to style and must-have appeal of the iPhone? We think so. It feels great, and the large screen is a joy to use. Samsung have made a great job of the design. It's desirable to look at, and nothing short of fantastic when you include the screen and the camera. The best yet. The only thing we found frustrating is transferring data to a Mac. Maybe that's our fault for not being PC. We had to use the cloud, OneDrive, Google Drive, etc. This is time-consuming and a bit of a pain. Other than that, we would place this handset above all others. Sorry, iPhone 6S. This screen, rear camera, zero lag in performance on day-to-day level, along with a mega battery size, has won us over. It's amazing. However, let's see what Apple respond with in September. Thanks for watching.